The Interplanetary Podcast. The exploration of space for the benefit of all mankind. Your hosts here in London, Matthew Russell and Jamie Franklin.
The Interplanetary Podcast. How ace is space?
Nice. Yeah, I like that.
Thanks, yeah.
Welcome, guys, to the 5th podcast.
So, Jamie,
Here we are.
podcast 5.
Blimey. We are really getting through these. So what's been going on?
Well, Juno was just inserting itself into Jupiter's orbit, and that all happened perfectly. Perfect little sweep by. Very, very close. And, yes, with its little British engine.
Nice.
Oh, it's all switched off. They have switched it on, but it hasn't done any kind of photography or science yet. Yes, also in the first week of July we had Mars rover had a little hiccup.
Little hiccup.
Had to switch the little boy off.
Another thing
Yeah.
we had to turn off and on.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
not us, but somebody did.
It was trundling along.
Good word, that.
Yeah, trundling along
Yeah.
near Mount Sharp, on the slopes of Mount Sharp.
It does happen there.
And its little nuclear-powered power supply tripped, and so it forces it into low-power mode, because you can't really mess around with nuclear batteries.
No, it never ends well.
So someone came in and said, have you tried switching
You
it off?
tried switching it on and off again?
And they did, and it's back up. It's up and running.
It works.
I don't think it's quite that simple, but
No.
it's probably uploading some commands somewhere,
Yeah.
like Control or Delete.
Do you reckon that's that?
Yeah.
Some kind of code.
Some kind of
That's what kids
crazy
call it,
code,
isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
code.
yeah.
Coding.
Coding.
They've probably got some kids from some
I reckon they have.
Scratch class coding it up. Another interesting thing that happened in this whole first week was some stuff that was released from some of the science that was recovered from the Hitomi Space Telescope.
Yes.
Now, we've talked about the Hitomi Space Telescope. It was a telescope that span out of control
It did, and it kind of bust itself.
completely into little pieces after a terrible software update.
But Matt, I believe you're about to tell me that every cloud has a silver lining.
Every cloud has a silver lining, including the gas clouds at the centre of the Perseus galaxy cluster, which Hitomi managed to image with unprecedented precision, apparently 50 times greater precision than any previous instrument.
Wow.
So just that few, maybe even just a few hours or days of measurements, it's got some useful information that they're able to sort of look into the centre of the Perseus galaxy cluster and see how the gas moves and the motion of the gas.
Well, I'm happy for them that, you know, they've got something out of it.
Yeah, it's a kind of double-edged sword, isn't it, that? Because you really think, oh, imagine if it had been running for a longer time, because it's obviously a completely functional telescope.
Yeah.
Can't imagine. It's really hard to think of all the science that obviously could have been done already.
Are there plans to build another?
I believe that they are. The Japanese are in negotiations with NASA to try and kind of build a replacement.
Yeah.
But it's
Not the cheapest thing to
it's
do.
not. It's really
No.
expensive, and obviously there's other budgets, and the budgets need to come from somewhere.
This is it.
Yeah.
This is it. You can't print money, Matt.
You certainly can't. Now, the first week of July, just after the 4th podcast, was the first rocket launch of the month. There's only 4 rocket launches this month, really, of any kind of real note.
Yeah, that's true. Should we go through?
Yeah, we'll go through them. On July the 6th, we had the Soyuz taking off, I believe, from Baikonur, as they do, Kazakhstan.
And that's a 4-month stay for who?
But it's a 4-month. Yeah, it's the trip up to the International Space Station for Anatoly Ivanishin
Well said.
of Roscosmos, the cosmonaut, and you've got astronaut, flight engineer Kate Rubins of NASA,
Mm-hmm.
and you've got Takuyi Onishi.
Nicely said again.
Which one did you prefer out of the pronunciations?
I work for a Japanese company, so I'll go with the latter.
Wow.
Oishi desu, which means delicious.
Is
Probably
this
couldn't go
podcast
without.
delicious?
I think it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there one for golden delicious?
I need to research that.
So a question, well, obviously Jamie and I know the answer to this, but what is a Japanese astronaut called? Right, but the Japanese astronaut It might be a trick question, of course. Takuya Onashi.
Yes.
The date of the launch fell on Tanabata Star Festival.
Mm.
And this is what he said. He says, "About 30 years ago, I wrote my wish to become an astronaut. This dream has come true. And yesterday, I made a wish to have a normal flight. Unfortunately, there are no bamboo trees at Bacchanal. But a week ago, we were planting trees here according to tradition. I put a piece of paper with a wish on a tree and will later take it with me."
Wow,
So
I love that.
So he's taken a little piece of paper up with him for the Tanabata Star Festival, which is quite cute. Yeah, so MS-01 is the name of the Soyuz capsule that they've gone up in, which is an updated version of the manned capsule. It had a few hitches last month. It was supposed to go up last month, but
Yeah.
it didn't. So the space station actually has been up there with 3 people rather
Yes.
than the normal full
I was
crew
going
of
to say,
6.
it's been very spacious for them.
Yeah, they must have been bouncing around.
Yeah.
Probably bored.
Probably throwing M&Ms up in the air.
Yeah, and catching them in their mouth,
Yeah,
and then
what
posting,
all
tweeting
those
about it,
Astronauts do.
and then leaning out the window and taking ridiculous photos of Earth.
Get a new job.
So MS-01 took a couple of days to catch up with the ISS,
Mm.
and it docked on July the 9th,
Yes.
and they're going to stay up, like you said earlier on, they're going to stay up for 4 months.
Nice.
1 month.
Not a
4 months
bad
stop.
little stay.
But you know, they might have it extended. Even Tim Peake had his little stay extended. So.
It's true.
Week 2 was quite a big week actually, because it's the anniversary of the end of the shuttle program.
Ah,
So now, it is now 5 years since America have had the ability to put humans into space,
yeah.
which hopefully will come to an end soon. There's obviously a little bit of a tussle of who's going to do it first between Boeing and SpaceX.
This is it. Who do you think's going to win?
I think SpaceX will do it. I think SpaceX...
Go on, Musk.
Yeah, so SpaceX with his Dragon manned capsule, I think, will be launching Americans back up into space. I mean,
Well,
just
let's hope
imagine
so.
how much rides on that, because it's like,
Mm.
I think about this, if the first launch of a SpaceX manned mission ends in disaster, that might be the end of SpaceX.
Well, you'd think. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, it would be
Let's hope not.
a terrible. Well, I mean, I'm not.
Hope it doesn't come to that.
It'd be absolutely horrendous. The yes, so Boeing is the Starliner, and that's another sort of contender.
Yeah.
And also on the heels of that, we spoke about it last week, is the Dream Chaser.
There we go. Love that name.
Yeah, the Dream Chaser. Yeah.
Dream Chaser.
Dream Chaser.
Heartbreaker. Dream Chaser.
MILOS 5 we talked about last month, and Atlas 5 took it up, but however all that launch was completely successful. But one of the things it takes a long time to do is for that final stage, the space tug section of it, to get the satellite into its correct orbit. Now there has been a problem. There's been a problem with MILOS 5.
Do pray.
That it's a $340 million satellite as well, and this is just for the Navy. This is like a reasonably secret military device, and it's the 5th one, but it's having trouble getting up to its correct orbit. So at the moment it's in some kind of transfer orbit, and is considered kind of in a safe place.
Okay.
And now they've got to. It's something happened with the actual fuel line in the little space tug that takes it up to the correct position. So now they're working out how they're going to do it.
Are they going to refuel it or what?
Well, no, they can't refuel it, so they're just going to have to work out how they're going to reconfigure this thing to get up to its correct orbit.
Interesting.
Now, this isn't actually that unprecedented. So, in 2010, the Air Force had a communication satellite, which took more than a year to reach its geostationary orbit after a propulsion glitch. So it is still quite possible that they'll get this exceedingly expensive satellite up to the correct orbiting position.
Nice. Well, let's hope so.
Yeah.
Good luck to you, gang.
Good luck to you. Yeah, not always a bit disappointing to hear something that's kind of a bit awry.
Well,
but then that's space.
And you know what's great, Matt, is that when something goes wrong, they're more likely to know for next time
Yeah.
why that was.
That's why I like that story. You've launched a satellite and you sort of get it into an orbit using the rocket, but then You've got to get it to another place, and
Can't
if that
just-
goes wrong,
Can't just go anywhere.
yeah, if that goes wrong, it could be a complete waste of time. Not only a complete waste of time, it could start endangering
Other satellites.
other satellites and
Absolutely.
creating a debris event,
Space junk.
space junk
You don't
event,
want any more of that. There's enough already.
an SJE, space junk event.
Oh, yeah. Hate those.
Now, also the China's second space lab, this little space station, the Tiangong 2,
Right.
arrived at the Jiangwan Launch Center
Hmm.
for launch in September. So China
Wow.
are going to send up the Tiangong 2 in September.
Stop upsetting people.
No, that's got to be how it's pronounced. Tiangong.
Okay.
Tiangong 2.
Keep telling yourself.
Well, I'm trying to pronounce it correctly. I
Okay,
think
well,
that's
we
okay.
admire that.
Thank you. And China's first space station, the Tiangong 1,
Good.
curiously named, has hit the headlines because satellite trackers, and I love these guys, who just sort of go out with their binoculars and telescopes.
Now,
and
are
track
they
these
more or less cool than train spotters?
things. I
Or
think
stamp
they've
detectors?
got to be cooler, haven't they?
Probably
They're
cooler.
like the space age version
Yeah,
of a train
yeah,
spotter.
yeah.
So they're cooler.
I mean, because we're cool, so...
So
Right.
vis-a-vis, they're cool.
So...
So, so if you're listening out there, satellite spotters, which I'm sure you are.
Ah,
Hi,
if I know them,
hi satellite spotters.
and I don't want to, then they'll be listening in.
I want to.
No,
I want to go.
I'm only kidding, guys.
I want to go around someone's house and see
Get
how
on
they,
board.
because it's quite complicated how they do. These are people that track the trajectory and then work out how far away it is and what direction it's moving, etc., etc. And I've noticed something very odd with Tiangong 1,
Hmm.
and are basically saying that they think it's out of control and is very likely to start crashing into the Earth's atmosphere,
dear.
which led a lot of people to say, "Oh, it's going to come crashing down and hit populated areas." But in actual fact, this isn't unprecedented. There's been lots of bigger objects that have come down, most notably Skylab.
Yes.
There's been a few others that have come down. So,
Good.
yeah.
Glad to hear
That's
it.
fine.
We'll live
But
to fight
actually,
another
we'll
day.
talk about a Chinese re-entry later on.
Blimey, if that's not a cliffhanger, I don't know what is.
That's a good one. I really like that one as well.
Yeah.
So on July the 11th, a really exciting story for Britain,
Here we
particularly
go.
post-Brexit Britain. This
Yeah.
could, in some ways, this might be the start of Britain leading the space race. We could be talking about one of the most important events in British history. Right?
Matt, are you talking about the development of engines?
I am talking about Britain giving the go-ahead for the funding of Alan Bond's reaction engines and their Sabre engine design and Skylon. So they've received a big chunk of money, £50 million from
Boom.
the UK Space Agency, which I think unlocks some European funding as well.
Nice.
So they've decided, yes, this is technology that's provable. So they've jumped through the hoops and they're now got the money.
So finally, the amazing reaction engines are being taken very seriously.
Very seriously indeed.
Which
yes.
is long overdue in my eyes.
Yeah, well, I mean, so
Great stuff.
but not only does it sort of open up a different way of launching satellites that's more sort of reusable and quicker than even Elon Musk's. Elon Musk flies his Falcon up, it lands back down, but then it's really got to be sort of overhauled quite considerably before it can go back up again. In fact, he tested. He actually did a hot fire test of one of the ones that has landed on the barge this month. But he has no intention of flying that one. But he does. Well, in fact, I think this month, isn't it, that he's going to try and attempt flying another, flying one that has landed.
Yeah.
So that is very exciting indeed.
That's
So it'll be really exciting. But Skylon should be able to sort of fly up, deliver a payload, come back down, have a bit of
rest.
have a bit of a rest, have a quick engineers go through it, and then go up straight again, just like jumbo jets and etc that fly across the Atlantic.
Why
You know,
not?
and you've got to fly them
That's the
over.
dream.
You've got to keep them going. So that could be one thing, and also the Sabre engine obviously opens up international air travel to quite considerable speeds.
Absolutely.
So You can go up into the Earth's upper atmosphere, go into orbit even, and come back down on the same engines.
Nice.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
That's what we want.
So yeah, and then of course, obviously, if that's a British industry that's happening here, just like Rolls-Royce.
Absolutely.
So yes, so that we could once again take our place in the international space community.
We've been away too long.
Yeah, we have really. I think everyone's going, where have the Brits been?
We're back.
Maybe Tim Peake is the first sign
We
of
are
our
back.
resurgence. And maybe reaction engines can be part of this new space movement.
Absolutely.
Of
And
the
if this
people
is a ball game,
Yeah.
guess who's commentating?
Oh,
Eh?
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Two other guys who are better than us.
Yeah, probably.
No, not at all.
Brian,
Who's better than us?
Brian Cox and Dara O'Brien.
Oh, God.
Oh.
Them old cronies.
Mm.
Only kidding,
You want
guys.
people about the same
I think
age.
you're 8. In fact, Brian, if you're listening, we'd love to interview you.
Yeah, Brian, come on the show.
Yeah.
About Dara, come on the show.
Both of them.
Yeah, let's do
Please.
it. Oh yes, and also the UK government invested about another £4 million in the National Space Propulsion Facility at Westcott.
Excellent.
Westcott being the home of the engine that Juno flew.
Yes.
Now, week 3.
Week 3.
What happened on July the 16th, 47 years ago?
Oh, was it the moon mission?
It was the moon, not just any moon mission,
Not just any
but
moon
the
mission.
moon mission, Apollo 11.
1969. What
And,
incredible history.
yeah, what was brilliant on Twitter is that there was a Twitter feed that was everything that was happening 47 years ago to the second.
Yes.
So that was really fun to kind of watch and follow.
Really nice.
Really.
And as you mentioned in your notes on the blog, what was incredible to see was the customs forms when they came back.
Oh my god, it's the best thing
How
ever.
incredible is that?
Yeah, the customs form, brilliant. It's so genius.
Wasn't there like moon rock?
Oh yeah, yeah.
on
So
the,
what?
they had to declare.
Destination Hawaii, coming from the moon. Spacecraft, Saturn V, or whatever. It was just absolutely amazing. So good. Oh yeah,
Amazing.
yeah. Goods carried, moon rocks and moon dust.
Unbelievable. Do you think they got duty free on the way back?
I
Or
don't think they did. Well, there was a
No.
little bit, but just after that, I also saw Buzz Aldrin tweeting his expense forms.
really?
Yeah, I think he claimed something like $6.32 for expenses.
What were the expenses?
I don't know. I should have looked more carefully. I was too busy laughing.
Maybe it was a half bottle of Johnny Walker for the journey.
Or maybe he
Here's a
smoked.
good question. Has anyone drunk alcohol in space?
Ooh.
Are they allowed beers on the ISS?
That is a good question.
I don't know.
I have no idea if beer's allowed on.
Guys, again, please
shall we
tweet in.
Shall we have a guess? You go guess. What are you going to go with?
I'm going to say that no alcohol is allowed on the ISS. I don't know. I'm sure that people have had a beer before in space, but I don't think that they allow
Really?
alcohol on the ISS.
I'm not, because I've never heard of the.
I would have thought that
beer
they
drunk
don't
in
want
space.
people to get inebriated.
Imagine how expensive it is to take a bottle of beer into space, though.
What happens to the gas?
Oh yeah, well maybe that might.
Now we're getting
that's
somewhere.
a great question. Right,
So-
we're gonna that's going to be answered on.
Matt, can you tell people if they want to tweet in, because
Right.
this is exciting now.
Okay,
If
yes.
people want to tweet in, what's the handle?
Tweet in is Interplanety Pod.
Interplanety.
Interplanety
Let's
Pod.
do that again.
It's Interplanety Pod.
Oh, it actually is.
It actually is Interplanety Pod.
Okay.
But if you go to the website, you get links to all the.
Hey
social
Matt, as we're
networks.
going off kilter, I was thinking about, because as you know I sent you the link last week to Jack White's Third Man Records attempt to play a record in inverted
Space.
commas space,
Mhm.
which was amazing actually, and a great little machine that was still working after it crash landed in some vine fields. But it made me think.
When you say vine fields, is that where people post those like short videos?
I think I meant vineyards.
Oh, right.
Apologies. Yeah, but I was wondering, do they have music on the space station?
Yes, they do, don't they?
Yeah.
Do they?
And if they do,
Well, they've taken
I'd like
guitars,
to
haven't
know. Yeah, but I mean, do they have
Appar-
radio?
Apparently, they can even record hit singles.
Can
on
they
it.
put a CD on?
Yeah, they can definitely do that.
I wonder
Maybe
what
not.
they listen to. Do you think there's any arguments? Tim Peake, turn the drum and bass down. Sort of thing.
Yeah, I think that was it.
Do you
Well, Tim Peake kept tweeting lots of different songs,
Now playing. Do you think he
Now
was now
playing.
playing?
but I don't know whether they were now playing or they were
Yeah, or whether he was just Because a lot of them were space themed.
Yeah, basically what we're doing is displaying our ignorance.
But Matt, what's the definition of intelligence?
People who know that they're ignorant.
Well, yeah.
Is that right?
The more you realise you don't know,
the more
you know.
Nice.
Is that a new jingle?
Spain, the Interplanetary Podcast. The more you know,
the more you don't know, the more you know. Okay, so there we go. If anyone can tweet in about beer and music on the space station, we'd love to hear your thoughts.
Yeah, I definitely would.
Beer and music.
They're the two things we just no idea really.
Tell you what, I'm a fan of both.
Yes.
I really am.
Yeah.
I know you are.
Yeah.
So, what's
the point? What's the point of opening up space if you couldn't have beer and music?
I mean, I tell you what, that's so true.
Yeah.
It's like Winston Churchill when he said, "Well, they said, oh, we're going to have to cut the arts fund to pay for the war," and he said, "Well, what are we fighting for then?"
Oh, that's so
brilliant,
true.
isn't it?
I said the same thing about the Olympics. Everyone moaning about the cost of it. It's like, well, what do you want them to spend the money on?
Yeah. Exactly. Schools, hospitals.
Oh, come on, let's have some fun.
Exactly. Let's run around.
Yeah, let's run around and watch people have fun. What's the point otherwise? Right, anyway.
What's coming up?
So, on July the 16th, we had the second Soyuz in a row. That was a supply ship this time.
What was it carrying?
Tons of food. Tons of food, supplies, bit of fuel. Again, it took off from Baikonur in Kazakhstan.
Here's a question. You say tons of food, Matt. Now, I don't know this, and I don't know whether you do, but is there a ratio to what they have every time? Do they mix it up in terms of the treats they get? Obviously, I assume that they have to have their 5 a day.
I think there's a set payload for treats and personal effects. So so that the astronauts are sort of given a certain weight and size
in post and stuff.
Yeah, so that they can say you can have this amount, and then that's it.
And do you think they get their choice? Could they say, "Well, I'd like a Mars bar, please"?
Yeah, so you can fill that weight up with whatever you want. So you could just have one item.
Yeah, but if Tim Peake said he wanted just Mars bars, I assume that they'd say, "Well, Tim, come on, we need you to have some veg."
Oh, well, I should imagine that the rest of the food is compulsory food.
Right.
As in, like...
I got you.
So,
right,
so all the food coming up is like meals that have been special. And they do make an effort with making the meals. With Tim Peake, had old Heston Blumenthal cooking.
Really? I was going to say, do we know who makes the food?
Well, Heston Blumenthal came up with a few recipes, but I would imagine that there will be a department in NASA that is
so
dedicated
is it classic
to that.
Heston? Was it like eggs with caramel?
Yeah, it was sea snail ice cream.
Oh dear.
Yeah, that's what it was, with fish and chips sauce.
Sounds delicious.
To remind Tim of being in an English holiday resort.
Oh, that's it.
That's beautiful.
Although he did want pizza when he first got back. You can't send up
That's
fresh.
because he had enough of blooming eating Heston Blumenthal's nouveau cuisine.
I wonder what pizza he went for. What topping?
I would think he would have gone for Hawaiian.
You reckon?
Yeah, because it's where Buzz Aldrin and Neil Armstrong.
That's true. Bit of ham and pineapple
after there. So we got loads of stuff being delivered to the old space station. Again, it took a couple of days to catch up with the space station.
Yeah.
Progress capsule is on the side, gets docked there for 6 months.
They fill it up with rubbish.
They slowly fill it up with rubbish, and then it burns up in the atmosphere. The Progress ones do. Unlike the MS-01, which I'm sure will be used to fly them.
One way of recycling.
Yeah. It's a bit annoying though, isn't it?
It is annoying.
Yeah. So the Progress line of disposable automated spacecraft have flown more than 140 flights in 3 decades.
Wow.
This is one workhorse of a spacecraft.
Yeah.
140 of them.
That's a lot.
And only 2 have never reached their destination, including one last year, which kind of sort of crawled up and then it just started spinning out of control, and because it was too dangerous to bring it near the ISS, they just let it burn back up in the atmosphere.
Yeah, that's a shame, but not a bad ratio.
The following day, we had a SpaceX CRS-9 cargo vehicle
launching
from Cape Canaveral in Florida.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. let me just explain that. That's the beginning of a song by Conor Oberst called Cape Canaveral. Huh. I was about to launch into song, but I thought I'd just give you that.
I'd like to name it in one. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Cape Canaveral. I saw your legends lined up, and I never felt more natural.
He rhymes O and natural with Cape Canaveral.
He's a clever man. He's the Dylan of our times.
SpaceX had some interesting cargo on board. They had £5,000 of cargo.
Wow.
Sorry for UK listeners for doing it in pounds. Although older UK listeners will like that.
Absolutely.
European listeners won't like it at all.
What do you mean, weight?
This including a little miniature DNA sequencing device.
Nice.
And a second chance for SpaceX to fly the International Docking Adapter 2. Now that's a really important piece of kit to put on the space station so that they can actually start having a whole group of different spacecraft docking to the space station.
Matt, can I just go back to DNA sequencer?
Mm-hmm.
Did you say sequencer?
Yeah, it's a sequencer.
Sounds like they're planning to clone people in space. I'm a bit worried. What's happening?
Because it's so expensive to take people up to the space station. What they're going to do is they're just going to clone the astronauts that are there.
Yeah.
And then just use those.
It's like Dolly the Sheep all over again.
Yeah, it is. That's not what's going to happen. They're just going to be sequencing DNA up on the International Space Station to have a look at how it, how that all pans out in microgravity.
Phew.
And lots of other experiments, I should imagine.
Absolutely.
This is one obviously serious piece.
No Clone Wars quite yet.
No.
Okay.
So yeah, the Falcon 9 rocket that released the Dragon cargo managed to land back down.
God bless it.
On land this time, so it didn't do it on a barge, but landed it back down on another sort of part of Cape Canaveral. And there's a fantastic photo of a time-lapse photo of the Dragon, the Falcon going up, going above the clouds, and then it stops. You can't see the flame anymore. And then another arc as it comes back down and lands on the...
that was a great photo.
Musk, after that, sort of said, tweeted, really tempting to redesign upper stage for Return 2.
He's such a show-off.
Yeah.
But we love him.
It says Falcon Heavy has enough power. But probably best to stay focused on the Mars rocket.
I agree.
Just take that one sentence. Really tempting to redesign upper stage for Return 2. Falcon Heavy has enough power, but probably best to stay focused on the Mars rocket. I mean, let's just pin that one, unpack it, and go, wow, there's a lot going on in that sentence.
Not many people could say that and not be laughed at.
No. And one really cool picture that I did see is the cargo capsule chasing the ISS down. So, you know when you go out at night and you can see the very bright ISS as it goes over, which happened to me the other night, in fact. I saw a brilliant pass over. But just behind it would have been another white dot chasing it.
Aha.
And that would have been your SpaceX cargo craft running along behind it. And someone took a very good picture of it, a little, one of those...
Where from?
Just from his back garden, probably.
In England?
Yeah, in England.
Oh,
yeah. It's a really good shot.
Absolutely is.
Well, NASA at the same time were evaluating how much SpaceX mission to Mars that you talked so eloquently about last month, and they reckon it's going to cost SpaceX $300 million. I'm thinking to myself, that's a real bargain, isn't it? If SpaceX can put the Red Dragon on Mars for $300 million in 2018.
Yeah.
That's amazing, isn't it?
That is insane.
That's cheaper than that lost MUOS 5
how much was that?
satellite. That was like 317 million.
Yeah.
Although I did read another blog saying it's 471 million, so I don't know which one to and I'll tell you what was happening at the same time was the Farnborough Air Show.
Oh yeah.
That I went, oh my gosh.
You loved it, didn't you?
Oh my gosh, it was amazing. The air show itself was absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
Like, brilliant. But they've got like a space stand there as well,
Yeah.
and the UK Space Agency are there. Reaction Engines were there.
Nice.
My friends from
Did you say hello?
Yeah, obviously.
Of course.
We had a little chat with loads of
Yeah.
people, and my friends from Goon Hilly were there.
Nice.
But they also had a brilliant. They had the little model of the Mars rover.
Awesome.
Yeah, awesome. But my favourite bit, I had a little chat with a guy from Kinetic,
Yeah.
who are obviously one of the sorts of big military stroke space companies in the UK.
Yeah.
And first of all, he was showing me their version of the international docking adapter,
Yeah.
and I was having a look at that and how it all kind of. And then he showed me his ion propulsion engines. And ion propulsion engines, they're the most exciting thing ever.
Dupre.
Dupre, Jacqueline Dupre.
I mean, tell us more.
Do tell. So, for example, Dawn, the incredibly successful spacecraft that is now under orders of NASA, staying at Ceres
Yeah.
and orbiting Ceres, has got there using its beautiful ion propulsion. Now, I don't know if you know how ion propulsion works.
Well, I do, but I prefer you to talk about it, Matt.
So it was explained to me while actually, looking at these actual engines sat there, the I9, I think it was, the I6 or something.
Uh-huh.
And I'm looking at it, and it basically, instead of you've got kind of two alternatives. You can either pump fuel into a nozzle,
Yeah.
and heat it up and make it explode, preferably, so it gets so hot that it's escaping at a very fast velocity. The faster you can chuck something out the back,
Yeah.
the more of a reactionary force you'll have something pushing it forward. That's how rockets work. Ion propulsion works in exactly the same thing, but instead of chucking tons of stuff out the back very fast, you chuck tiny amounts out the back insanely fast.
Right.
So what they kind of, over the years, they've developed this thing where you're firing ions out the back through a metal grid that accelerates them to insane speeds.
Yeah.
And so you're using very, very little propellant, but you're gaining quite a bit of thrust.
Wow.
And it's brilliant. So you don't have to carry that much propellant. They're no good for taking off Earth because you can't get anywhere near enough thrust out of them. But in terms of a kind of thing that you can switch on and switch off, and it's powered by a solar array in the case of Dawn, so that it can use its solar array power to get the speed of the ions out. So you use very little propellant. You can actually turn. It's very, very clever.
That's really exciting.
Yeah. So I mean, they are kind of like they in the last sort of 20 years they have.
We should put a YouTube clip up of one working.
Definitely, absolutely will.
I'm sure there's something.
There must be. Well, I mean, there's quite a few good articles about how really after the success of the Dawn mission, how ion propulsion is really the future. It's the future of that kind of space travel.
Nice.
So yeah, very, very exciting. So yes, I actually saw a couple up close and personal, so that was very exciting.
There you go.
And lots of big models of things like the new Ariane 6.
Oh, I mean the 5 was good, but
5 was good, but Ariane 6 could be genius. July the 18th, saw legendary John Glenn celebrate his 95th birthday.
Happy birthday, John.
Also, Virgin Galactic's new spacecraft.
Matt, I know something about this. Now, did you know that Professor Stephen Hawking...
I've heard of him.
Yes, he's obviously been very excited about everything Virgin Galactic since its inception, and was obviously offered a free space on board one of the first manned missions by Richard Branson. It's just a mere $300,000 ticket. And of course, very quickly he accepted and said, if he was still up for taking him, that he'd love it. Now, Richard Branson has been on record as when he was pushed, because people are saying, well, you're not giving dates anymore about when you're going up because you keep failing at telling us this. But he said he would be amazed if within 2 years he wasn't in space. I.e., he reckons that in under 2 years, the start of the manned Virgin Galactic missions will start.
I'm going to call that putting an Elon timeline on it.
Ah, yeah, I see what he's done there.
Yeah, because that is like, he's proper pushing the envelope there, isn't he?
He really is, bless him. But what he's done is, Stephen Hawking is basically... Oh, how are we doing?
Yeah, we're doing fine.
Cool. So yeah, what's happened is Richard Branson has very, very nicely said that he wants there to be a more permanent part of Stephen Hawking on the mission. And so what he's done is actually put the image of Stephen Hawking's eye on the flag that is being waved around by the lovely Virgin lady on the side of the spacecraft.
Wow.
How nice is that?
Yeah, and the Virgin Lady herself, I think, harks back to a sort of golden age of aviation, where you see those kind of boat ships or ship boats. What are they called? Plane boats. Boat planes. Boat planes. What are they called? Boat planes.
Can you tell listeners that we both had one beer each?
What are they called? Boat planes. Seaplanes.
Seaplanes.
So those seaplanes used to always have pictures of of women on the side waving flags. And there's one now.
There's one just now. Can you hear it?
Yeah, there we go.
Perfect timing.
Yeah, that's pretty exciting. So do you think, because they've just been awarded their aviation license for Spaceship 2.
Yeah.
So do you think they will actually be taking commercial rides then in the next 2 years?
That's what.
Or will Richard Branson just be risking it himself?
No, that's what. Well, yeah, good point. But by his tone,
I must admit, presumably once Branson's gone on it, everyone's going to go, oh well, obviously he trusts.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to be taking many risks. I think that they will obviously be, in that case be manned missions before then. But
do we call them missions?
Well, it won't be missions, will it?
Oh, yeah.
Flights,
trips,
manned trips. Yeah.
Oh, do you know what my least favourite stories?
What's happened?
In the 4th week of July.
Mm.
Remember little Philae?
Oh yeah.
Little Philae, she landed on the comet.
Yeah.
They finally switched it off.
Oh.
So they've switched off communication and she can never.
Was it something she said?
It was. I think it's because it was something she didn't say.
Oh.
I think it's because she didn't manage to sort of anchor herself in a nice sunny spot on the comet.
Oh, it's such a shame.
It is such a shame.
What a sad thought that the power's gone.
Yeah, but she did get quite a bit of science off the just on in the few hours that she was switched on.
Absolutely.
But yeah, have you ever heard this noise? There we go. That was a little soundbite of Philae hammering the comet.
Wow.
Yeah, so there's a little audio file. How cool is that?
That sounds like an album you might have made.
Yeah, called Hammering a Comet.
Hammering the Comet by M. Russell.
Oh yeah. It's the album after my album Art Soul.
Yes. Which, how many did that sell?
-1. You know the story.
Oh, come on.
And then we're on to the 4th and final launch of July. Was the Atlas V again, carrying NROL 61.
Nice.
Yeah. And yeah, that's gone up into orbit. That seems like it's okay. And on the same day as that, people in Utah, in the western US states, and this is referring to something I said earlier on about Chinese re-entry, a lot of people were looking up at the sky and they saw this enormous fireball. Now you've got to see the YouTube footage of this.
I've seen it.
It's absolutely, it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
It just lasts for ages and ages and ages. Really bright fireball going on and on and on. And that was last month's favourite launch, the Long March 7. As we remember, it's a brand new rocket and from a brand new space complex.
Yeah.
That was the spent rocket burning up in the skies over Utah.
Awesome.
Yeah, really awesome.
That's amazing. Imagine seeing that.
So how come all of these rocket casings don't give us a brilliant display like that? Is there something special about the Long March 7 that meant that happened? We can't do this month without mentioning Pokemon Go. Can you play it in space?
And what's the answer?
NASA said no. No, you can't.
Fun ruiners.
Yeah, basically, the mobile phones that they have in space are for specific purposes only.
No apps.
They're not allowed to just download Pokemon Go and see if there's a Pikachu hanging around in one of the modules.
Well, how am I going to catch Mewtwo?
I don't know.
Is that one?
I don't know. My kids go on about them. I can never remember their names.
Don't pretend you don't know, Matt.
What's really annoying is that I try and remember their names to impress them and say, "Oh, of course," like pretend I'm playing on my phone to annoy them. But I can never name one.
Classic dad mistake.
Yeah, they basically they're all over it. I can't.
Well, I think it's probably a good thing because otherwise Pete would have been all over it, wouldn't he? And he'd have never got any science experiments done.
Now, I've got something an interesting little side note is that NASA have to book a rocket to take that 2020 Mars rover. So they've booked the Atlas V. The reason why they've booked the Atlas V is because it's nuclear certified. You can't just send it up on any old rocket.
No way.
You've got to send it up on one that's so reliable it's unlikely to spray the entire nuclear contents all over Cape Canaveral.
Look, I want no
if
spraying
goes wrong
on the Cape.
That's exactly what Superman said to Robin. So, thanks very much.
There we have it.
There we have it.
Podcast number 5, done and dusted.
Done and dusted. Thank you very much for listening. Please join us again next month.
Yeah.
We'll try and get it nearer to the end of the month rather than 5 days after.
We can do that.
So we'll do that for you next time.
Absolutely, and we will have some answers of the stuff we were talking about.
Yeah, we'll definitely have some answers for you. And if you've got any more questions, please write in. Was promised by Justin Young that he was going to come up with a new catchphrase.
Has he come up with one?
No, he hasn't. So he needs to pull his finger out. If he could.
Just lazy. No,
he's a little bit. Although he did say he enjoyed Andy Buse's "It's Straight Up."
It's a good one, but let's see what else you got.
Yeah, I think I'm still going with the Interplanetary Podcast, putting the ace back into space.
I mean that's a classic one.
You have a go at saying it.
Putting the ace back in space.
Thank you very much for listening.
Thanks, guys.
And
see you in podcast number 6.
See you in a month.
Bye.